Counselor, there's a raccoon stuck in the vending machine.
That's so annoying. I wanted a snack.
Welcome to Trail Mix.
Our mini episodes from Camp Counselors podcast.
Each week, the stories come from you, our Camp Shady Birch campers.
We want to hear your juicy gossip,
Top secret confessions,
embarrassing and scary stories,
and sprinkle in our sage counselor advice.
Trail Mix is for the campers.
And God, do we love ya. Hey, happy
campers!
Welcome back to Trail Mix.
This is our mini episode where we read listener submitted stories. Brought to you by listeners like you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're really trying to make that happen, aren't you?
I am. PBS, I'm coming for your throat, bitch.
No, I love it. I think we do a lot of things on this show where we try something and then we just don't stick with it. Like on our main episodes when we're like, which one is worse?
Oh, for Take a Hike.
You gave up on that.
No, I don't remember it.
I believe in her.
What's that?
I'm trying something right now with this voice.
Oh, okay. I like it. I'm into it.
Guys, would you believe that we're recording this at 9:13 at night?
Because I wouldn't believe it.
We never record this late.
This might be our latest recording ever.
I had a cold brew later this afternoon on my little hot girl stroll. And I looked at you and I was like, well, should we just record it now? Let's just like bang it out.
Yeah. We're working late because we're podcasters.
Podcasters. That was good.
That was good.
We didn't even
I'm just trying something.
Yeah, we didn't try it ahead of time, so that just kind of came out. What did we have for dinner, Jonathan?
We had Thai food. I had drunken noodles, so I'm like a little wasted right now.
I know. Like it's always that meme of like my mom putting vodka in the vodka sauce, and you're like,
it's Disturbia. It's like, why do I feel like this? Bum 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 bum. That's how I am right now. I'm drunk.
I've never heard or seen someone like refer to the meme with drunken noodles.
Yeah, well, there's a first time for everything. Should I thread that?
Yeah, get on thread.
You know what I need to thread? These fucking eyebrows. These burrowing billows.
I love your eyebrows.
Thank you. They're just like, I needed to handle them. I bought new tweezers. And tell me why it came with like a pack of 7. I only need the one. Because our tweezers we had started like rusting from being in the bathroom. And it was freaky.
I think they're fine.
Oh.
I was also just thinking about, guys, we're just spitballing here. I was just thinking about how hard it is sometimes to buy something on Amazon, like one package. But then I thought to myself, well, it has to be cost efficient to them as a team. So they're like, okay, we're going to get you to buy 2 because we're already shipping it. So it kind of has to like absorb the shipping fee.
I don't get it. Why can't I buy the shampoo that I want without it coming with another conditioner? We have like 4 unopened conditioners because I have to buy it like that.
I don't condition my hair. Hot take.
My hair gets so frizzy. Yours doesn't.
I have very fine hair and I don't need it to lay flatter than it already is. I'm trying to like cut some layers into it, get some texture in there. When I condition, it almost feels like I'm putting like microplastics over my hair. I don't think that's washing it. It kind of just seems like it's slicking it with some sort of grease and oil. The reverse of what Dawn is doing at the oil spills is what conditioner is.
Because it's not a washing agent. It's a conditioner. It's softening. It's like putting on lotion after a shower.
Don't come in here with your cosmetology little like words.
Ooh, well,
a washing agent. I've never heard you speak like that. Hello, where's my boyfriend? He's been replaced by AI.
No, I worked at Lush, so let that be known.
You did. You are so cosmetology coded because you are a Lush. You're a former Lush.
Antioxidants.
What did you guys call yourselves? The Lushanauts?
No.
Lushalators?
What did we call ourselves? I think we were just the Lushies.
Oh, okay. Oh, like
no, the Lushies were the customers.
You should be the Lush puppies.
Oh, that's cute. That's taken by Big 7-Eleven though.
We're gonna work in it, but we're not gonna work on this gorgeous show because it's already prepared for you with 4 stories we are so excited to bring to you. So should we get into today's episode?
Let's do it.
I have a camper asking for advice about their fabulous summer plans.
We've got a maritime wardrobe malfunction.
Oh my God, I have another wardrobe malfunction as well.
Great. And a surprise visit from a critter that lands our camper in the hospital. It's actually terrifying.
Oh my God, let's get into it.
Are we qualified to be giving advice? No. Are we going to do it anyway? Absolutely.
Welcome back to Dear Counselors Campers. This is the part of the show where you submit questions, sometimes even queries, for these 2 queerdos. And we're going to give you our life advice, our sage wisdom, and really bring it to you at the round table that is the Traders, that is Camp Shady Birch.
Let's start with our advice of conditioning thy hair.
I cannot wait for Dorinda to be on the next season of Traders.
It's going to be crazy.
Not me last night hanging out with Ekansu.
Yeah. We'll talk about that on next week's episode, but you literally were hanging out with Ekansu, not Ekansu.
Ekansu literally told I'm gonna spoil the next week's episode. I'll just say one thing. She looked at a theater, what do they call the usher in the face and told her to shut up, shut your mouth. I was gagged. I'm not giving you any content, but like my jaw was on the floor. That was Ekansu. And I'm not even close to her like that, so I don't care if she doesn't like that I'm telling that story.
Oh, what is this gossip talk? My God.
Oh my God, that's my gossip talk. Well, hey, hold on. That'll be back for next week. But no, this is a really great one. It goes, dear counselors. Oh, I'm sorry. Dear fabulous foresters of Shady Birch.
Oh, that is creative.
I knew you'd love that.
I do love that.
I have a summer emergency. Fan selfs and sips a high noon and need your advice. I live in the burbs, and a new apartment complex has opened up across the street with, pause for effect, a pool. A cabana-clad, flamingo floaty-worthy pool. Finally! How do I get the code to the pool in a sneaky and clever way that ensures I can pop over for a dip all summer long? Love, the pool thirsty bye in cabin 5.
Okay, so we've got a pool that we need to sneak into.
That's all she wants. She's like, hey guys, I'm trying to get in that fucking pool.
How do I do it? I feel like Harriet the Spy. Okay, let's figure this out.
I do have a couple questions that you can't answer because you're not in the room. But I'm curious about what is the situation with the apartment complex? Is this like a fob situation? It sounds like more of a key code.
Yeah, in my head, it's like an outdoor key code that you find that crazy number and you figure it out.
Which is actually best case scenario for sure. Also, it's got to be a pretty big apartment complex if you're getting a pool. So there's a lot of mix in it. So don't be afraid to kind of sneak in there and kind of scope it out. Because I really believe the best way to sneak into any situation is with confidence. If you have confidence, you're already set. Don't go in there looking like a newbie. Okay. That's my first kind of piece of advice here.
Mine's a little bit more complicated, but it could absolutely be more fun. So I think we're going to stake it out.
Yep.
And we're going to pay attention to the new neighbors. There's bound to be dogs. We're in suburbs, right?
What are you thinking?
So when the neighbor is getting their keys out to go in, you're going to take giant clippers, snip the leash, steal the dog. And then when they put up a sign, like a post sign saying like there's a reward for the dog, you're going to return the dog. Say, oh my God, I found this little thing. After taking care of it, of course, PETA, do not come for me. Thank you.
Wait.
And then when they offer you reward money, you say, no. That's totally fine. Just that crazy 4-digit number to get into the pool will do. And then you get your digits.
So you're really banking on you being able to snip the leash, hiding, watching the dog run away that the neighbor doesn't see, and then getting the dog.
I think you gotta have some faith in these campers. Like, they can do it.
I think, what if you were like open to dating and like someone in the building? You are bi, so the options are a little wider.
How do you know?
She said the pool thirsty bi in cabin 5.
Oh. I was like, that's a crazy assumption. Okay, wait. That really,
girl, be bi. What the hell?
Yeah. Okay. So keep your eyes out at the pool and maybe like saunter around it.
Yeah. Also, this could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Make friends with the person at the front desk if they have one.
Yeah.
If someone, I'm not joking, if someone came up to me with a Tupperware container of a fresh baked good and asked me for a 4-digit code, I would do it.
Yeah. Or you could walk, maybe not even, if people are outside swimming, why don't you just come over with like a little case of high noons or whatever you said that you were drinking. And you just like say, hi, welcome to the neighborhood. I live across the street, and then someone's going to let you in. You befriend them.
Totally. Bring the high noons and then bring the food, bring the drinks, trade for the code. You have it all year long. You need to get the code because you can't just like trade for a day pass. That's not worth your time. But you have all summer, and I like that you're starting early. Like you really are like on the boat. I have snuck into a Disney pool.
Oh, a Disney at a resort?
Yeah. From my hotel, I went on the bus to Magic Kingdom, took the monorail to the Polynesian, with a backpack and a bathing suit. And I changed into my bathing suit in the lobby bathroom. And then when I got to the pool, I didn't realize that you needed to scan your magic bands. And I panicked. But as I was trying to like figure out what to do, a family walked in front of me and I snuck behind them.
There you go.
I know. And I was very lucky because that could have
Yeah.
been really embarrassing and a lot of effort to not get in the pool.
Yeah.
So don't be that, but at least you're living across the street. So things are looking up for you, camper. I really need an update and I would love to see pictures of the pool for sure.
Don't forget to wear your magic bands. You know, campers, I've been really working on improving my health. And part of that is drinking my AG1 every morning, even before my coffee. You know, it sets the tone for the day. It makes me feel like I'm starting my day off right, even if things are going to go off the rails a little bit later, which here at camp it usually does. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut health support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting in your body. Zachariah and I have used AG1 for almost 2 years now, and we truly love this product and how it makes us feel. There's a lot of things to do around this camp, okay? Drinking AG1 gives me the energy I need to power through my day without the shakes or anxiety. And in one study, 91% of participants noticed they need less coffee after just 60 days of drinking AG1. If I had to recommend one product to support whole body health, it is AG1. And that's why we are excited to have them as a new partner. Athletic Greens has sponsored this episode. And now you can try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/camp. That's drinkag1.com/camp.
This is a really big secret. Thank God we're on a body of water. This is Confession Canoe.
Welcome back to Confession Canoe, where you confess some things to us. We're workshopping.
That's something we're also trying this week.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 2 confession canoes for you, a double feature.
Okay, come on, Father.
Okay, let's get into this. Hey, happy counselors. Zachariah, I have been a fan since the COVID days. I always check your TikTok daily to see if you've posted anything new.
Thank you so much.
Jonathan, your quick wit has me dying laughing with every episode. Truly my favorite podcast.
Oh, we love you.
Love you. My real name is Nicole.
She said, give it government.
I have to use my real name for the story to make sense. Okay, there we go.
Yes, yes.
So we do have permission to use said name. I have a super embarrassing story from my teenage days. In 2007, when I was a teen, I was invited by my best friend and her family to go boating at a nearby lake one weekend. We had a wonderful morning out on the boat and stopped at a sandbar to barbecue. At a sandbar to barbecue?
Yeah, so this is funny. I went in Florida. I did the same thing once.
So what's a sandbar? In my head, a sandbar is just like raised sand.
Yeah, but they get bigger. Like sometimes they're not just like a little strip. Sometimes it's like people can like dock on it. But it is a sandbar. And like the thing is like with the tides, like it goes away. But sometimes they get so big that you can have like a little day on it.
Oh,
I don't think she was bringing out the gas grill, but maybe some sort of
No.
boat situation.
Oh, that's fun. Batten down the hatches. That afternoon, my best friend, let's call her Jen, and her big sister, let's call her Brie. She has like a bunch of ... So that's just my interpretation of how our camper wrote it. So Jen, Brie, and I all decide to go back out on the boat to go tubing. Jen was acting a little pissy with me because she didn't want to tube. And I said, and she said I was spending more time with Brie than her. Oh, they're like, come on, please.
No, you're making the right call because if someone's going to be pissy on the boat, go piss yourself on the boat. I'm getting on the tube. I used to love tubing as a little boy, but now I'm like I'm too paralyzed with fear of the water.
I've only been tubing one time with... I had to be careful with someone's father who didn't particularly like me. And I do believe it is because of my gay way, but that's neither here nor there. But anytime I was on the tube, he was whipping like violently. Like I was like, I don't think it's supposed to hurt this much when I whack my face into the water.
Yeah, no, he was going too hard.
Yeah, he had issues with me, but he had issues with his marriage too. Whoop. Following that on Facebook. Anyway, I told her to chill. Me and Brie jumped on the tube and we were the first to start tubing. I mean, I went boating with them to have fun, and it's not my fault that Jen didn't want to tube and her sister did. Yeah, you're trying to have a good time. You want to tube. It's not like you're going to be out there for hours. Like, why is she mad that you want to go tube? Like,
No, she's being a pissy girl.
please. Anyway, Brie and I were on the tube with our life vests on. That was another thing. I was not given a life vest. And a rope connected to the tube to the back of the boat. My friend's dad was driving crazily, trying to whip us off the tube. I was hanging on for dear life. Finally, we both lost our grip and flew off the tube into the lake. You know what? Sometimes it scares me is when people are doing water skiing and they let go of the thing. You can't kick with a water ski on. What do you do? You just kind of have to trust a dead man's float.
Yeah, but at that point, you're so comfortable with like your body and your swimming skills that I think they can handle
Oh my
it.
God, they're getting on each other's like shoulders like a 5-person layered taco dip pyramid. They can probably handle it.
People like us are not letting go of the string.
Yes, very much that. I don't know. I don't like my feet like tied onto things like the skis. Anyway.
You creating rules on the boat. You're like, I'll do it, but I don't like my feet on the skis and I can't let go. And it's like, just how about you sit down and not get on?
No driving over 18 knots, whatever that means. Finally, we both lost our grip and flew off the tube and into the lake. Their dad drove around to help us back on the boat. Britt and I were full of adrenaline and laughing, talking about how much air we got when we flew off.
Woo!
I took my life jacket off and was still laughing. All of a sudden, it got dead silent. Silence, of course, was interrupted by Jen, who burst out laughing. I turned to Brie, who looked horrified. I'm like, what? Their dad looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Fix your top, Nicole." I looked down and my entire left yabo is hanging out of my bikini top in front of their family.
Not the yabo.
I swiftly adjust my top and felt my face get hot and beet red. I was mortified. I begged the girls to please not tell any one of our friends about this incident. They promised they wouldn't tell a soul. At school on Monday, I see Jen with our usual crowd of friends in the school quad. I figure she couldn't possibly be mad at me for hanging out with her sister more than her. I guess I was wrong. All of our friends looked at me unanimously and said, "Hey, Nicole."
Oh my God, that's so vicious and so funny.
Until I graduated, my new nickname was Nicole. I'm glad I can look back now and at the story and laugh, but you better believe my bikini tops have had extra coverage since then. Love the camper enforcing bikini dress code at Lake Shady Birch. That reminds me so much of that one story we told a long time ago too, where the girl, a very similar instance where she was on the golf cart. She flew off the golf cart, right?
Yeah.
Is that what happened? Or maybe it was a boat. I don't know, but same thing happened. And she's like, guys, that was so crazy. And everyone's like, fix yourself, please.
Nepal is such a funny nickname in that situation. That was really clever.
That was clever.
Do you remember that kid on the cruise who was doing the surfing thing?
Oh, yeah.
And his pants kept falling down. And it was like, I was watching and I was like, okay, pull your pants up. And then he didn't realize until okay, babe, you don't have to feel bad for him. He's not here in the room.
No,
it was funny.
I'm an empath. I'm just putting myself in his position. And
well, when he got up, he was like, he like started crying to his parents because his like pants were falling down. I'm like pissing myself. It's so funny. I'm like, bro.
You're literally front row on the bleachers too, laughing.
Well, he's like probably like 14. I'm like, pick your fucking pants up, you loser. That's so fresh. I'm not a parent. I don't care. It was like, stop crying.
Yeah, get up.
Just tie the strings better.
Fucking hang 10, please.
He couldn't even stand up on it. At least Nepal caught air.
And the family got a show.
Oh, God. Nepal climbs Nepal.
What's Nepal?
Well, if she was like doing like a Everest.
Oh.
I just saw a picture from Everest and the line to get up to Everest is so embarrassing.
I saw that.
Not you having a queue to get to the top of Mount Everest.
Not you saying queue like you're from a different country.
Well, is that not what it is?
Yeah, I mean, it's a line, but everywhere else, they're like, the queue. You're queuing in the queue.
Are you unfamiliar that we do have international campers?
Oh, you're so right.
Remember
Sorry,
last week with the Canadian.
Oh, yeah, the Canadian update.
Yeah.
You're right.
CancunNews.com. Should I do mine?
Let's do your story.
I also have a confession canoe. Dear counselor, forgive me, I have sinned. Hey counselors, my story starts back in the early 2000s. I was going to college in Connecticut, living in the dorms. The laundry in the dorms was the absolute worst. It took loads of quarters, everything shrunk, and some trolls even stole my going outs for them dryer one time.
That's so annoying. I do not miss the days of doing that with people who would be willing to steal.
So it's funny, I did my laundry at the laundromat for many years. And I don't think people steal from the laundromat as much as they do from dorms and like apartment buildings.
Right, especially because you're younger, you're in college, you're drunk most of the time.
And
so
you
it's
can
like
get
people
away
are
to your
just
apartment really quickly.
yeah, and who knows how many cameras, if any, are like in those hallways.
You think it would be more secure because you're in your building, but I believe it's less secure because no one ever saw my stuff. But also like the people who leave their laundry in the machine for hours, not saying that you do, but like if you do, like how can you even be upset? Like just you have to stick by it.
Yeah, you gotta stick around. I would just put people's shit on top of it.
That's when we moved to New York. Our broker thought I was being a diva because I was like, I only will live in a building that has in-unit washer and dryer. And he was like, in New York City, and I was like, we'll figure it out. Like, I'm not gonna live. I will never do it again. It is if you've ever had to go to a laundromat, if you're currently going to a laundromat, it is the worst. It eats up so much of your day. It's such a schedule. I hate it. So
I do kind of miss when I would come and visit you and we'd sit in the Delkin parking lot and sing songs to each other and kiss while your stuff was in the dryer.
You miss that?
Well, I like to think about it.
Yeah, it was definitely a moment.
I think it's just your lips I miss.
Okay, well, maybe you can catch them after the show.
Ooh.
Lights out, campers. I'm kidding. To make extra money, my friend and I started to babysit for the absolute best family. They were a dream couple. Let's call them Katie and Mike. They were so in love, and their kids were fantastic. It also didn't hurt that Mike was an absolute dreamboat, and he treated his wife like gold, which made him even hotter.
You must resist Campfire.
My friend and I had alternating days there for about a year when Katie said we could bring our laundry to the house to do whenever we were working.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's like very nice. Well, one snowy Connecticut morning, I was running a little late to their house. I ran inside so Katie would be on time and left my dirty laundry hamper in my stinky trunk. She didn't say stinky. After she left, I did my laundry, folded it all up, and had it back in the car before Katie returned home. Fast forward a few days later, I get out of a long science lab class with missed calls from my friend and the husband, Mike.
Uh-oh.
I called my friend back first to see what was going on. She then asked me if I had done laundry at Katie and Mike's house. I said, yes, of course, and that Katie said she doesn't mind. Then my friend asked me if I had possibly left my bright blue crotchless panties at their house. No, I know. So, like, we're men, believe it or not. That is so, like, freaky.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because if a man has crotchless panties, like, that's a lot in your face. It's like things are moving, things are shaking. Like, you think yabos are crazy?
Yeah, at that point, you're just wearing a shoelace around your waist. Like there's nothing else.
No, I know. I also was like, wait, that's so...
Okay, wait. So is it our camper?
That's it. No, I'm kidding.
Shut up.
I wanted to die. I did, in fact, wash my brand new skanky crotchless panties at their house.
Oh my God. So I thought it was going to be that is how they found out the husband was cheating with someone else.
No. So, of course, I hung the delicates to dry rather than putting them in the dryer with the rest of my things.
Oh.
Not her, like, doing, like multiple kinds of loads. She's, like, light wash, delicates. So, of course, I'll use my, like, she's, like, really, like, using the...
My
like,
color safe bleach.
I know. It turns out Mike had been on a business trip to Amsterdam. When he returned home, he folded all the laundry in the laundry room and put it all away. Katie then found the blue crotchless panties in her drawer, just as her husband had returned from the red light district.
It's not looking good for Mr. Man.
It's not. But listen, she said, I loved working for them, so I called Mike back, profusely apologizing for any drama I had caused. My class was 3 hours long.
Oh my God. So it's been going on.
I know. This reminds me of that girl that I know that like posted the boob pic on her Instagram and then went on a flight with her phone on airplane mode.
Why does that happen? That's not the only time I've heard that story.
It's
from like other people too.
Yeah, she literally posted a nude. It was in a carousel, but it was the second photo. And I texted her and she didn't respond. It didn't deliver. And then she was like, literally dumped that photo and then went ghost mode on airplane mode for flight.
Oh my God.
I know, it's so crazy.
Don't post right before you get on a flight.
Also, I really am looking for a fresh pair of baby blue crotchless panties. So if you know where to go, let me know. The next day when I went to work, they had my blue panties in a freezer bag on the dining room table. That's like so mom to like put it in a bag.
Yeah, but in a freezer bag, that's giving like 2319. Get this out of here.
Yeah.
We have contaminants.
She literally has like a Sharpie on it. Like,
do not. It's in a bright yellow bag that says hazmat.
what is it? Like, what is it called when it's like on the crime scene and it's like evidence or something?
Yeah, evidence.
She said, I totally deserve to be mortified. They were very good about the whole thing. And I still keep in touch with them today, 15 years later. Yours truly, crotchless panties out on the line in cabin 9.
Oh my God. Wait, I do love that for you, that you have crotchless panties. That is fun.
Yeah, and she's like, they're brand new, and I'm going to have to like, give them a little quick rinsey-dincy.
You have to.
And then, the guy, he folded them.
Yeah, so he was like, oh, my wife must have got these new freaky panties.
And like, there's like no like more sexual city than Amsterdam red light district. So she's like, oh shit, Katie was about to swing.
Hey girlies, I'm Cody Rigsby. And I'm Andrew Chappelle. We're here to announce our brand new podcast, Tactful Pettiness, now on Podcast One. We have a lot of opinions. Flip-flops in New York City? You don't love yourself. If I'm not seated, I'm not tipping. Do I want to see a picture of your baby? No. If I have to scroll more than 10 seconds, he's not cute. Settling gets you an ugly boyfriend. So we're going to help you out. We sure are, because we have the life expertise. We have mastered throwing shade with intention. We are in the business of helping you find and keep your man. And we're here to teach you the fine art of tactful pettiness. Join us each week as we traverse the world of pop culture, chat with our celebrity friends, and show you how to accept yourself without taking life too seriously. Get new episodes of Tactful Pettiness with me, Cody Rigsby, and me, Andrew Chappelle, every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you get your podcasts. Stay petty, bestie.
Scary stories around the campfire.
Welcome back to Scary Stories Around the Campfire. These are either scary stories or embarrassing stories. If you would like us to read them, go to campcounselorspodcast.com or campcounselorspod@gmail.com. Send us a little email and we might just read it. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Counselors, less than 3. We don't do the less than 3 heart enough.
Oh, I would just call that a heart.
Well, yeah, but if I say heart, I'm thinking heart emoji. I have to specify now, you know?
I think we're from a different generation.
Okay, well, that's all, folks. Thank you so much. There's my scary
That's giving
story.
T9.
Anyway, I love you both so much. Jonathan, I'm a PA girly too. Scranton, hey.
Scranton, Pennsylvania, I've never been, but I love the office and I know it has nothing to do with your city, but there is a store.
And I also measure everything in minutes from my hometown. And Zachariah, I'm probably responsible for 7,000 of the views on your God Made Girls video.
Oh my God. Somebody gotta be the one to flirt. And that's such... Oh my God, I literally love that video so much. That makes me so happy. I love that one.
I struggle a lot with anxiety and depression, but Mondays and Wednesdays are like additional therapy for me. So thank you so much for bringing love and light to this world.
We love you.
Love you. Thank you so much for listening. Now for the nightmare fuel. Okay, so I live in Arizona, which can be described as Australia light, with climate, landscape, and various creatures that can get ya. This is the story of how I got. About 2 years ago, I was falling asleep, replaying every awkward encounter and mistake I've ever made in my head, as one does, until I finally fell asleep. I was having that really bad last night.
Were you having anxiety?
Yeah, and I was just thinking about every dumb thing I've ever said, and I was like, why am I doing this? So I put on a little bit of jazz.
Yeah, you need to have like some way to like get out of that when you're in those headspaces.
Gee, if only I could.
I know that wasn't really good. That actually wasn't helpful. I feel like when I can't sleep, it's because I'm like focusing on the fact that I can't sleep, not like anything more than that.
No, I know. That's why I scroll until I close my eyes. I literally will scroll until like my eyes start rolling closed. And I don't care if blue light is bad for me, because what's going on between these ears is even worse. Okay.
I know, but I wonder if the blue light is keeping you up later because of what it does.
Probably.
Listen, one thing that we need to hire for this podcast and this camp, we need to sit-in scientists. I don't want them to stand. I don't want them to stand. I don't have a gender for them. I want them to sit in. And I want them to tell us to fact check.
And they're going to sit on a beanbag chair with a beaker and a Bunsen burner.
Oh, plugged in? That doesn't seem safe.
It's not. Nothing is around here. Now I need to set the scene. I want to be the matching PJ girly with a silk button-down shirt and pants a la Moira Rose, but I am not. I'm an XXLT from a 5K I ran in 2014, an undies type of gal.
Love it.
I promise this is important. I am too. I love a sleep shirt. I do.
You do. You got me into them, really.
Mm-hmm. They're comfy and cozy. So anyway, I'm sleeping. That's literally just like, so anyway, I'm sleep.
Me before every bedtime now. Anyways, I'm sleeping. That's like the best. Anyways, I'm sleeping.
I suddenly woke up to a stinging feeling on my calf. For some reason, I didn't kick my leg out straight. I bent it upwards, kind of like sliding my heel to my butt. So like if you're laying on your back, you're just kind of like bringing your knee up to your chest is essentially it, with keeping your heel down on the bed. Immediately after I did this, I felt another sting on my groin.
I hate that word, but I know what you mean.
Less than an inch away from my no-no zone. Because I only had undies on. At this point, I'm levitating about 4 feet above my bed when I finally hit the ground. My fiance pulls back the covers to find a little bitch-ass scorpion scurrying around like it's guys' grocery games. Absolutely horrified of a scorpion. Never seen one in real life. I feel like they're fast little fuckers. I feel like they have the speed of a cockroach and the sting of a wasp.
You should write that down.
Campers, can someone write that down?
That's why we needed sit-in scientists.
You're so right. Okay, so horrifying. Screwing a boot like guys' grocery games. Love that reference, by the way. My fiance finally gets a book from our bookshelf and smashes the demon. I do not condone violence of any kind, but that bitch had it coming.
Yeah.
Which I get. What are you going to do? Are you just going to put it in a takeout container? You guys are asleep. And then what if it gets away? That's even worse. It scurries and scuttles under your bed.
No, you were totally allowed to kill the scorpion.
And then it's out of eyesight and it's plotting to kill you because now you pissed it off. Okay, for those lucky, what does the singing do? What does it do? They're not sucking your blood like a mosquito. Like they don't really get anything out of it besides the joy of harming others.
Yeah.
Right?
I think they were looking for warmth and darkness.
We'll find it somewhere else. Thank you. For those lucky, cold. I don't care. Get a jacket. For those lucky enough, oh my God, can you imagine putting on a jacket and it's in the sleeve?
Can I just say something funny that made me think of when you said pissed off? This is completely unrelated, but on Drag Race, Jinx is a character and they talk about her hair being like crazy and she's like, I tried to tease it, but I think I just pissed it off.
Yeah, and her hair is like
such a funny way to describe her hair.
Was that the Judy Garland?
No, it was before that. I think it was just like her normal hair for the season.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, for those lucky enough who have never been stung by a scorpion, the sting is usually localized to the small area where the tail stung you, and it feels like that area is really tingly and numb, kind of like when you fall asleep on your arm and your arm goes dead.
Wow.
So the pins and needles.
Yep.
I used to call it TV static. It lasts 24 hours and you're usually good to go. Not in my case, though.
Oh, no.
As I said before, I struggled a lot with anxiety. So after the stings, I started to feel my heart racing and breathing pick up and tingled everywhere. I convinced myself I was just having an anxiety attack. So that's like the worst. Like you're really going through and you're like, it's just an anxiety attack. Like, let me talk myself out of it. So I asked my fiance to put on my favorite show, grab me some water, and sit with me while I do some breathing exercises to calm down. As I'm watching the show, I start to notice the TV is blurring and I start to feel like I'm on a merry-go-round. I didn't want to admit things were going south until my throat started to feel tingly too. This is me to a T. Like I can't sleep at night. I have anxiety. And then when something like this happens, I'm like, I'm fine. I'm like bleeding out of every pore and I'm sweating and I have a fever. I'm like, I'm totally good. It's just a little headache. So I look at my fiance and he told me that my eyes were beating rapidly left and right. It's called nystagmus, and it's a neurological response, usually to vertigo or in other cases if you took a lot of ketamine. I told him we need to go to the ER. By the time we got there, I was having a really hard time walking because I could not see straight and my balance was so off. They took me right to a back room and the doctor came in to examine me. At this time, I was starting to have tongue fixulations. Basically, my tongue was wiling out like Linda Blair in The Exorcist. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm not meaning to laugh, but like, girl, you're shutting down.
Yeah, no, she's activated. Like the demons are coming out. And all of my muscles kept contracting and relaxing randomly. The doctor told me I had grade 2 venomization, and this was why I was having a neurological response. That can probably like fuck up your brain, right?
Yeah, I've never even heard the term venomization before.
No, but they do over in Australia Light, aka Arizona. The doctor offered me an anti-venom medicine, but advised me it would be $30,000 and insurance doesn't cover it. Bitch, what?
Why would anything? What is in it? Pure colloidal silver? Like
No, but why would an anti-venom, why does it have to be $30,000?
Why is it also not covered by your insurance?
That's what I'm like, bitch. What?
It should be covered by your insurance and it shouldn't be out of pocket cost $30,000. So it's like die or go into debt. Like, what is wrong with this country? It's nauseating.
It truly is. And so is the venom that is getting to her heart and her brain.
Level 2, I heard.
I was protecting my airway, so I didn't take the medicine. Because, oh, okay. She's like, no, I'm not. I'm literally not going to do that. Okay, I see. Because who the fuck needs another car payment for medicine in all caps? He then offered me fentanyl instead, and I declined that too because I wasn't having pain. I was just uncomfortable and dizzy.
Interesting choice.
Yeah,
He's like, hey.
He's like, you want $30,000 in debt of fentanyl? Which one would you like?
I know. What doctor was this?
Jesus. He ended up giving me Ativan, which helps you. Ativan sounds like, I don't know, like scatting, like jazz, like rootin' tootin' Ativan.
It definitely does.
Thank you for the support because you were going to leave me hanging and I really needed that.
I did not.
He ended up giving me Ativan, which helps you.
Ya me que piero Ativan.
Ya me que piero Ativan. Oh my God. Okay.
She did all the heat dogs.
Kim Cattrall scatting. Okay.
Google it.
You relax. It helps you relax. I'm not saying it again.
You relax.
I'll say it one more time. He gave me Ativan, which helps you relax and calm your anxiety. So I was able to sleep for about 30 minutes, which is the only sleep I got for the next 24 hours. The doctor wanted to monitor me for the next few hours to make sure that my throat didn't close up, but then felt comfortable enough to discharge us home. Absolutely hate the word discharge. Our camper also says that both her and her fiance work in healthcare. So like, I guess they got it on lock. They know the signs and symptoms to go in again, if she has to go back in. We went home and I basically just had insane muscle spasms, numbness, blurry vision, and tingling for a full 24 hours. Now that I'm past it, I religiously check under all my covers before I sleep, and we hired pest control the next day. Shout out Will. Hope he's a fellow camper. And I thankfully have not seen a scorpion since. XOXO, the Scorpion Queen in cabin 13.
Wow.
That was a great story, terrifying story. Scorpions are things that I never think to fear, but now I have that in my mind's eye.
I was actually just doing like a full body stretch on the Peloton app, and there's like a stretch called like the Scorpion or something. And the guy that was doing it was saying that the smaller the scorpion, the more deadly they are. Like the big ones aren't as bad.
Oh, they're
like,
not as juicy?
Or like the venom isn't as bad.
Oh.
And he was saying, it came up because he was saying that like when you like are in scorpion territory, you're supposed to like ferociously shake out your boots every single time you put them on. Because they went to hide, which kind of makes sense. Like in dark places, maybe if it's a little heat or something, kind of like a bed. You know what I mean? So that like completely tracks. But I know.
They have little pinchers so they can like, if you're shaking them out, they can still hold on for dear life.
Yeah. You know what I have woken up in my bed to?
What?
An earwig.
Ew. That's like a mini scorpion without the tail. That's just embarrassing. Like, where'd your tail go?
As a child, like seeing an earwig is so scary and so mortifying. I don't think there's a more hated insect. Like we all hate earwigs, and they're like, "What about it, bitch? I'm here."
Yeah, what do they even bring to the table?
They also got the worst name ever, earwig.
Sickos.
They would have loved Katy Perry.
They would love Drag Race.
Wig.
Wig. Wait a minute. Did you say wig?
Wig.
Wig. What
I
does that mean?
know.
I know.
Can't wait for new Katy Perry.
New Katie, new KP coming soon.
And new episodes of Camp Counselors. Can you believe it? We have new episodes for Trail Mix. We have new episodes.
Not us announcing. You guys, major announcement. New episode this Wednesday and next Monday.
I know, but we'll start announcing it now so everyone is aware. We are taking the first week off of July. So July 1st and July 3rd, there won't be any new episodes. We're both traveling for 4th of July together. And I think a lot of you guys are too. I think a lot of people are taking off of work. So we're going to take a little 6 months into the new year, a little like week off, and then we'll be back with new episodes. But we'll keep reminding you guys so you don't forget. But there's over 100 episodes of content.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's a bank holiday. So we like to consider ourselves a financial year. The 4th of July? Is it?
Oh, well, it's taking the 1st and the 3rd off.
Well, yeah, but to me, that's a bank holiday.
Okay. I like where your head's at.
Thank you. So if you would like us to read your stories, you can submit them in at campcounselorspodcast.com or send us an email, campcounselorspod@gmail.com. There is a lot in the backlog, so we're working on combing through it. So if you wrote in, it could be a couple of weeks. I don't know. We're working on it, but we love that you guys are writing in. So thank you so much if you've submitted. Also, thank you so much if you have rated and reviewed our show. 5 stars across the board. We'd greatly appreciate that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my clipboard.
Me too. And with that being said, lights out, campers.